The first thing I would like to do is I would like to pay homage and give respect to those that came before me, and very specifically to my late grandfather Zimmerman and my late grandfather Tubbs. Both of those men were small business owners in Marshall, Minnesota, which is where I was born. And my grandfather Tubbs owned a service station, and my grandfather Zimmerman owned a pharmacy. And being small business owners way back then in the 60s and 70s, I definitely believe that spirit and authenticity of small business ownership and what it means to shake somebody's hand and look them in the eye and treat them with kindness, that spirit lives on with me. And whether they meant to or not, they passed that on to me, and I'm very proud to carry that torch. That's the first thing I want to say. So then the question comes is, how did small batch detailing products even get started? Well, first of all, I think I'd like to say I know I'm a little bit bonkers and a little bit wacky for even trying to dive off into this. I'm the ripe young age of 50 years old, so I'm no spring chicken anymore. I think it's a little bit wild that I'm even trying to start something at the age of 50. I don't know what I'm thinking there. But then the second aspect of it is, I'm entering a multi-million dollar industry that there are so many big box name brands out there, I'll never be able to compete with them. You know, the brands that you see when you cruise the aisles of Walmart and AutoZone and O'Reilly's and stuff like that, I'm never going to be able to compete with all those. Maybe I'm a little bit silly, stupid, crazy. I don't know what the words are, but from that perspective, trying to start my own detailing products business company at the age of 50, going into an industry that is already taken over and completely owned by big box brands. Yeah, I might be a little bit stupid, but if you pay attention and listen to the name Small Batch, you'll understand I don't want anything to do with those guys anyway. I don't want to play ball on that field. I don't want to play ball in that court. How this all began is, you know, I own a small detailing business in Birmingham, Alabama, Insane Paint Auto Detailing. And when I started this business, you know, I really enjoyed keeping products in our front boutique to where when we got done servicing a person's car, when they picked up their car, they're like, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. How do I keep it this way? And for the last, 12 years, we were carrying other brands. And while that's fine and it served a purpose and people trusted us and they trusted that whatever we had in there was going to be fantastic, there came a breaking point with a relationship that I had with one of the previous vendors where we essentially got kicked aside from a completely misinformed decision on their part. I believe it was handled very poorly, and we were kind of hung out to dry and left all alone. When that happened, I sought out a couple of other brands trying to get on board to be a dealer for these other brands and got zero communication from those other brands. They took no interest in getting back with me. I couldn't even get an email back, a phone call back, a text back, a DM back, nothing. So in this process, as I was trying to figure this out, I kept talking with our team here, and I just said, guys, I think it's time for me to use the connections that I've got and begin a relationship with a blender that I know of and just start our own thing. And so that's exactly what happened. We popped the top off the bottle and just said, here we go, man. Let's explode into this idea that we've got and see what comes of it. So Small Batch Detailing Products was born. I think we've got 4 or 5 products right now. And we'll have maybe 2 or 3 more by the end of the year if I can get things moving. And we're trying to just take it slow and make sure that all our formulas are right, that they're rich, that they're proper, that they behave, and perform to standards that are at or above anybody that I would consider any sort of competitor for us. But in my opinion, really the only competitor that I've got is the person that I used to be in the business that we used to be. So if I can put something on the shelves that over delivers in what people are expecting when they spray it on their car, then I feel like that's a win. And so that's where we're at. I don't want to play ball with any of these big box brands. I don't want to be on the shelves in AutoZone or Walmart. I don't want to be on any secondary or third party website on the internet. If you want small batch detailing products, you're going to have 2 choices. Well, I take that back. 3. First option is going to be to go to our website and order. Second option is going to be to come into our boutique here in Birmingham, Alabama, and grab some locally. The third option, hopefully within the next 6 months, we're going to launch a small dealership program for guys that are out there like me, guys that have a small detailing business that takes super good care of their clients, and they're tired of sending them to a website. They're tired of dealing with maybe another vendor that has ridiculous stipulations on what their dealer agreement is and certain particular, I guess, parts of the contract with that vendor that are difficult, that are unruly, that are nonsense, really. We want to set up a very simple dealership program with vetted detail shops across the country that want to support not only us, but their clients with a product that they can trust, that is simple and straightforward. And so those will be the 3 ways that you can get small batch detailing products. So right now it is the website and locally. Like I said, we're in, what are we in, September almost? Well, excuse me, October almost. It is late September. So hopefully by early 2026, spring of 2026, that dealer program will be ready to roll out. So there's that. But I just got so sick and tired of all of the ego in this industry. There's so many gimmicks and so many rabbit holes that you can go down on YouTube, and people just don't know what to believe anymore. They don't know if what they're spraying is going to work or live up to the expectations or live up to the promise. And that's why our slogan is deliver the promise. Just do what you said you were going to do. Deliver the results that you said you were going to give to somebody. And that not only correlates to our detailing business here in Birmingham, but to small batch detailing products. And when we get that dealership program rolled out, we want to deliver the promise to those dealers. We want the guys that are repping our brand and this product line to feel great about the relationship that they have with me, and to translate and put that all together to where they can translate a really nice relationship and communication with their clients. Deliver the promise. That's what that means. And there's just so much ego and so much diluted, watered down, copycat, just nonsense info in the detailing industry and in the products that I was just sick of it all. So when we were kind of hung out to dry and fend for ourselves on products, and those other 2 brands didn't get back with me, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. After talking with our team and getting their feelings on it, there was no other solution other than it is time for us to do our own thing. And the whole thought was, you know what, man, even if the website doesn't go crazy, even if we don't, we're not trying to turn into millionaires on the internet, because that's what everybody tries to do nowadays, is, man, even if we just take care of our people locally, let's just start there. And the people that are shopping with us here in Birmingham and the greater area that are coming in and grabbing this stuff are freaking out. They're loving the soap. They're flipping out over the Detail Spray Fuse. And so if we could just start the little campfire there, we'll see if it'll turn into a bonfire later. But that's where we're at. And I also wanted to do this video so that if you land on our website, or if you're thinking about being one of those dealerships for us, you know who I am. You know how I think. You know what I believe in. And you're not going to get any of this money-hungry, greedy, egotistical, holier-than-thou attitude from me. We're squashing that crap right now. I don't want to live in that arena. That's why it's called small batch. I am not interested in this big box household name Johnson & Johnson Pfizer BS. I don't want any of that. I want a connection with our clients. I want a connection with our dealerships when that time comes. I want the things that have been lost in business over the last several decades. I'm trying to bring those back. The connection and the humanistic approach to everything, and the shaking hands, and the hanging out and talking about the car for a minute when you pick it up, and what are you trying to accomplish? Here's how I can help. What are you trying to accomplish? Here's how I can help. I miss that. Everybody misses it. So that's what this is all about. That's what small batch detailing product stands for. We hope that you shop around the website and you find something that you love, and you get it and you try it and you love it even more than you did when you saw it on the website. And we hope that you tell a friend. That's how small business grows, is by word of mouth, personal experience, convicted, hey, I used this and this is what it did for me. You got to try this stuff, man, type of mentality. And we hope that over the course of time, that handshake philosophy, that deliver the promise philosophy translates to you, the end user, the consumer, and you feel great about sharing it with other people. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. I can't thank you enough for giving us a chance. And yeah, we'll see you around.